There's something that happened this week that we thought it was important for us to bring to the fore, and that was the fact that the Nigerian Actors Guild, I think the Nigerian actors actually have kicked against the decision of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGM, to have Senator Elisha Abbo as their patron. Now, this move has caused quite a bit of reactions online, and I know you're an artist also, so it might actually concern you a bit. But the most important thing is that it was Hilda Dokubo that started, had a video on Monday or Tuesday that went viral. Kate Henshaw went on this did her own video. Quite a number of actors have done the hashtag Not in My Guild, that campaign that have started. But there's a pushback from northern actors saying that no, he's our patron. He has done quite a bit for the industry. So you have no right to say he cannot be a patron. And so there are different arguments, but the focus is where Hilda Dokubo was focusing on the fact that this man was seen as a woman basher, abusing a woman on video, although he apologized.
And an abuser of authority as well, because he also uses his police.
So does that man deserve to be the patron of the Actors Guild, where you have quality veterans, people who have been there for years?
Quality northern.
People like
it's about being northern.
You know, so does it deserve to be in that group? Although I didn't totally agree with the word she used, sore thumb. You know, those kind of feels more crazy to describe him.
She's allowed.
I thought that was a bit insulting.
Hard,
but however, listen, it's her view. She's entitled to. But let me hear your thoughts before I come to you. I'll let you simmer on that first. But let me hear your thoughts on it first.
So for me, seeing this video, it had nothing to do about being northern or not northern. And I know that usually when conversations start like this, people would
throw that
if it's not religion, it's your ethnicity. That is what happens in Nigeria. So, but it will be really shameful for northern actors to think that this man is the best representation of the North. They are quality people who we see every day that can be a patron of this Actors Guild. What Hilda has brought to our notice and what Kate Henshaw is talking about is very important. We need to be able to hold people to account, hold them accountable for their actions. A lot of people in government, in politics, feel that they can get away with bad behavior. When they understand that Nigerians will call them to order, will call them out, they will behave better and will have better leaders and better representation. That's how I see it.
We forgive you, but we will not forget. And we will not reward you when you've done something bad.
Yeah.
So culturally and it's not culturally, culturally we banish evil and wrong actions. But in recent time, with modernization and all of that, because of money, somebody will come back, and I would always mention Body Judge. There was Ashwebi. I wasn't on TV. I saw people wearing Ashwebi to go and welcome someone back that was convicted for corruption. And I looked at it that how low is low? When would we realize the impact of us celebrating wrong actions by people? So I am all for forgiveness. He has apologized, even though they said, he read it in the papers, he might not, his words, whatever. Some people don't agree that the apology was real, but we are forgiving him.
Yes.
Yes, you are still a senator. But should we now honor him? Because when you put someone as your patron, it means you are honoring him. You are honoring his virtues. You are honoring his values. He represents what you are looking up to. If we're supposed to choose a patron for your view, it has to be someone of the highest self-value, someone that has discipline, someone that we would say, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yep.
And that is the kind of person that should be the patron of the Actors Guild. So, except the actors are saying that we want to be like Elisha Abbo when we go up, then it just smells wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, even Senator Elisha Abbo cannot choose himself to patron the guild. I trust, so I know in his heart he has conscience. I know in his heart, it's just these hungry people that don't have conscience. He has conscience. Because I remember growing up, the way our parents used to emphasize Bibire, Oshefowora, remember the daughter of people invested in their character. They invested in their name. My father used to look at me and say, if any of you shows up here, you will see. But I remember my mom, all those threats growing up.
Is it fair to say No, I know you want. I know the point you're trying to make. Sorry to cut you off. But is it fair to say that we're seeing Senator Abbo from a very myopic point of view? All we know of him, all we know of him is that he attacked a woman in a store. That's all we know.
That's good enough.
But there are people who know him in the north, because according to Emeka, I think it's Richard, Rollers, who actually he said that he was nominated by a panel.
Yes.
And this panel says, was from members from the northeast for his contribution to their development, which none of us know about. We have no idea what he has contributed to Nollywood up north. So yes, we have judged him based on this one act, but they are saying he's more than that. Yes, he has asked for forgiveness, and he hasn't been convicted. He apologized. Listen, so here I'm coming back to you, Nyma. So the point is that we are seeing him from this window, but others are seeing him. He's bigger than what you're saying.
I'm disappointed in that panel because what he did was a crime, and it was a civil abuse of somebody's rights. This matter went to court. They did not allow it finish its time in court. Let the court reach a conclusion. Let the court award damages to that young lady. Let them say this and that. Not the way we flout political connections and kill things. Yes, we know she must have been bought over. And that in itself is another abuse of his office and his personality and the opportunities we have given to him to become a representative of the people in Adamawa. So if assuming the court had this matter had ended this time in court, everything had settled because the court had said, okay, you're not guilty, these are the circumstances, we will now respect it. But at this point in time, killing it halfway in itself talks about his integrity.
Let me come to you. So you've heard both sides. So in your view, because you're so many things, you're a black rider, you're a musician, you're an oil and gas, but now as an entertainer, you said you have both sides. How do you think this should have played out?
Honestly, in my opinion, and I speak for myself, they say a chain is as strong as its weakest link. Now, that chain doesn't have to be a bunch of people. It could also be one person. A lot of times, especially when you're a public figure, that moment of weakness is the litmus test of your personality, of your character, especially in public. Now, I don't know this guy. I don't really know him but you see, if it was something that happened 10, 15, 20 years ago when he was somebody in university, he had taken drugs, he was like whatever, or he was younger, it's a totally different conversation, not something that happened in recent times when he's in his office. So the conversation changes now because of the time that this thing happens. Now, there's been very, very relevant, very important points raised around this table. And the thing that strikes me is she's very right. All these sentiments that come up when significant moral questions are asked should be a concern for us. Because you don't say it because somebody did something wrong. It's okay because he's in my party. It's okay because he's of my tribe. It's okay because he's of my religion or he's contributed money. He did something wrong. He abused the right of somebody publicly.
So talking about ethics, and I'll come to you, Mariam, what is ethically right? According to what Emeka is saying here, that the ethical thing for either Hilda or Ketesh or whoever was concerned was to write to the guild. You don't go on social media and say, he was a sore thumb in this list. So it's easy to sensationalize the entire experience and say, yes, we're going to let this matter go viral. But the right thing, the right process, write to the guild. It is totally wrong for you to bring this man as a patron. Is that not the ethical thing?
That was carried out by Ketesh. So Ketesh's video detailed that she reached out to this guy.
After Hilda's
that was Hilda's video, but Hilda's video was Hilda's video. Kate Henshaw's response was Kate's response. After reaching out to this man 3 days without getting a reply, she now did a video because there was no reply.
Because he went on TV. He went on an interview.
But did she tell us that she wrote to him or she just sent a video or she sent him a text message? What exactly? How did she communicate?
She sent a text message. She said that she sent a text message and she had a chat that I want to have a conversation with you. I want to have a conversation with you. On this.
So there's something that also happens where sometimes when we're talking about something very important, we now go around, like, what should you have done? And then take away our focus from what is important. And our focus right now is who should we put to represent us? I understand the place of forgiveness, of asking for forgiveness and being forgiven. But also we need to know that this person that, that as is described in the North, what he has done, he did it before he became patron. So that means that is what he does. But when you now decide to make him the face of something, you need to be careful. not because he as a person is all bad, but we are sending, when we are, see, this world is just all encompassing. When we're having conversations, we're teaching children too what is important. So every day on one end, we're talking about rights, women's rights. We're asking men to protect women. And then on another day, we bring the person who represents publicly, unfortunately for him, because it was on video. People saw you abuse someone. So for a lot of people, publicly, that is what they will associate with you. And you know, he made he also made a point about when it happened, how long it happened. If it was something he felt punished, you know, it was so long, I had to step down because of it. People understand. I served my time, but it just almost seems like a, you know, like we've given you like a reward for bad behavior. So the timing is quite wrong.
Let me chip this in, because one of the things that the response we got from the members that support him being the patron was that he's been very supportive, quote and unquote money.
You don't know that. Don't
that was his support in Nigeria.
I don't want
Morayo, let me, I want to play the other scenario. No, the other scenarow of another very supportive person, Wadume. We remember, it was in the papers that he was a very Robin Hood. He was a very generous person to the society. He was poor, and then he became rich, and he was blessing people. He was giving people, only for us to now find out that how the money was kidnapping. And that also happened. So when we now say that, but it was nice,
he was a very supportive.
We gave us the pumping machine, he sponsored the movie, so we should forgive him.
Can we say that is a reflection of our society?
Obviously,
for a group of people,
something we don't
because
want
you
anymore.
have a guild. A guild is made up of at least quite a number of actors.
20 years old guild.
So they have members. So somebody is in a panel, and they're from the Northeast, and I can also understand where the guild is trying to make sure everybody is well represented in the country, which makes sense. So you've nominated Mr. Wife, Mr. Woman Beater, Abimudan Slapper. Okay, can you share with the other members? Okay, are you guys in support of this? Or we say we don't care what you feel. It's only whatever the panel says that we are going to appoint. So there's a whole. It's just a reflection of how we are as a people.
In fact, in the whole of Adamawa, we now look. There's nobody again.
Support for the industry, Nyma.
It's the same thing.
It's support for the industry.
Same thing.
Let me take this call. Good morning. We have to wrap up. Are you there?
Good morning, Morayo. My name is Reverend Dominic.
Oh, Reverend Dominic, welcome. Go ahead, please. Good to have you.
Thank you. Morayo, please, I want to talk about COVID-19.
Go ahead, please. It's your view. Let it count.
Please, I'm watching you now with all the information you are dishing out.
Yes.
Me as Reverend Dominic having a first-class at hand information about hand issue. Morayo, I went to Koto Market yesterday. I had to turn back because there's a human traffic there. Who is talking to our market women? Who is talking to our market brothers? Now, if you are talking to you restrict school, you have street church, but where are people cluster every day? In fact, you see food displayed on the road, the akara, the biscuit, the carrot, right on the express road. And this human traffic and everything was going on. Who is talking to market women? The question is this: are we ready to fight this scourge if it gets out of hand? That's my contribution.
Thank you very much.
So let's tweet on that.
Yes, I know that
the messages should be in their languages, and it should be done in the marketplaces.
You know, but there are topics that I know that the women leaders of all those markets have had meetings, and there are pictures on Twitter showing that they've had meetings and how.
So it will take time for the information to go around, but at least the work is real. So we have to wrap up on this issue of Actors Guild, and I'd like to, because when we come back, we'll now focus on your own interview. But what's the way forward? So people are clamoring for him to be removed. Others are saying, especially from the north, they're saying, no, if we remove him, we'll secede from this guild. I mean, I don't want us to be the one to decide, to be the judge and jury in this. But in your view, what's the best way to amicably resolve this issue?
I'm not even going to speak for the guys in the north or the guys in the west or south. I'll speak personally to this gentleman. I would step down.
That's what I was going
to say. You see, personally, anybody who is involved in governance, policy making, we and our children and the entire world is looking up to you. Whether you are governing in Nigeria, in the United States, in Rwanda, it makes no difference. You're a role model, you know, and you said something very significant. What will our children think? There, you know, today in the age of social media, I mean, we're talking 10, 15 years ago now. I mean, when everything you do, nothing escapes the world anymore. It's a global village. It's a flat table. Every single thing you do, your name is out there in seconds. Our kids are saying that. Your kids are saying that. The people that we interact with all over the world are saying that. If we endorse you, we're saying bad behavior is right. It's what we're saying as a people. So it's not that, for me, that's my opinion.
Fantastic.
I mean, the guys in the North, I would
Thank you so much. You have a few sweets, Nyma? Or we can go?
No, we can go.
Okay, let's run up. When we come back, we'll now discuss and know about this, your Black Rider movement. Stay with us. We'll be right back.